we're a little short on time, we'll go ahead and get started with the questions. Um, Mr. FE, if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to answer if you're not comfortable. What were you doing before getting onto the Zoom call?
Oh, I had to finish up an overview and whatnot that I have for an important meeting Sunday.
Okay. Is this for your line of work that you do?
This is for the social network that we're supposed to be launching in a few.
Okay. And what do you do for a living?
Write business plans and consult, and also planning to launch a new social network. So I'm an entrepreneur.
All right. Well, that's all my questions for today. Carlita.
Well, hello, Mr. Effie. How are you? You sound like you are energized a little bit. Well, could you tell me what you're looking for in a female?
Hmm. What am I looking for? I'm really not looking for anything too much. Kind of past the looking for a stage. Kind of more like um just waiting for, I guess God to put the right person in my life. Cause kind of when you look for something, you kind of get exactly what you're looking for, and you kind of miss those important things that you really need. Kind of learned that over the years. So I'm kind of waiting for God to place the right thing in my life. And if it's right, it should be right for me.
Okay, I understand that because a lot of people, as they say, we look for the wrong places in the person that we want. So, could you describe your build?
Athletic,
Okay, how tall are you?
5'8".
All right. Now, do you have any children?
I have one daughter, 16.
Okay. So, does it matter if that person has kids or, just as long as the chemistry's there?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. And I hear you are an entrepreneur.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what would you like that your significant other to bring to the table to help you out with that?
Really don't. Uh, I just rather a person that have ambition and drive. I don't really look for someone to kind of match what I have going on, because sometimes that's with anybody it could be unparalleled. So long as a person has drive and ambition, you can kind of work with that.
Okay. And do you like to travel?
Definitely love to travel.
Okay. And is there a place that you would like to go or possibly take that significant other? Special place?
Oh man, I have so many. I actually have a list like written down of like places I want to go, like kind of like with the homies, and then like kind of like where I would want to go if I had a significant other.
Or
So
just
it's
give me
like too
one
many.
place. Just one.
Uh, I would probably say Bora Bora probably be one good place that I wanted to go.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. I
Mm.
like that.
Yes, thumbs up.
All right. Well, that's all for me. Sounds good, Lady RW. Sounds good
Mr.
for you.
FE, when is the last time you were genuinely happy, or the last time you genuinely just smiled, or the last time someone put a smile on your face?
Someone put a smile on my face, or just happy in general.
Whichever one you can think of that brings the answer out.
I'm happy every day, man. I learned to, reading a lot of stuff like that, like understanding, having like being in tune spiritually and mentally and emotionally, man. Like being happy every day, not not being negative. Being woke up every day should be a reason why you should be happy. So I'm gonna say every day I'm happy. I actually have a smile on my face. I'm a real optimistic person.
That's good. Good to hear. So, do you go out to clubs, lounges, strip clubs, any of those?
Hmm. Uh, I'm gonna say like really like on like a week to week basis, no. But if I go out of town, like, and if something is really rocking that I heard, I definitely have to indulge in it at least once, you know. So, but like on my week to week thing, like no, I'm not clubbing and whatnot. I'm more like, you know, I chill, maybe hit the bars. I'd rather travel places really than to like spend my money clubbing.
All right. So what's your favorite genre of music?
Neo soul.
Oh. So if you could play the soundtrack to your life and put it in one song, what song summarizes that?
What song describes my life? Hmm. Sheesh. I don't know. I have to think of that one. Let me think of that one. I love music, so I'm gonna have to come back to that one if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind at all.
That was a
Okay,
great question, though.
thank you. And when's the last time you were like admitted to the hospital for anything? Were you ever?
Uh, I haven't been admitted. Well, the last time I was actually admitted to the hospital was probably 2010, and that was due to an injury I had received in the military. Other than that, it hasn't been. It's been a long time.
So you are a veteran as well.
I am
And what branch did you serve in?
the Navy.
Ah, well, thank you for your service.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for your service.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
I don't have any more questions. You just opened up a whole different side we didn't know about. So thank you for that. We're gonna come back, I guess, with two more questions from Lady RW when if she's ready for those. But we may have more questions for you as well. But thank you for sharing.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I guess we'll go ahead and go right in it to Lady RW. Carlita, do you want to start the round of questioning?
I will, Lady RW. So, do you like to cook?
Do I like to cook?
Hmm.
I this is a funny question because I have to be in the mood to cook. Honestly, I
Okay.
cook very well. I I cook. I used to cook all the time, but I don't. I just don't have the time to cook. So I eat out a lot. Um, yeah, I
Okay.
don't no. Even though I went to culinary school and people are like, "Oh, you should be cooking more." I'm like, no.
Okay. I understand. Well, you said you really don't have time to cook. So, what type of work, line of work are you in though?
I have a credit repair business, and I'm very focused on that, building it, and so that's where most of my time is focused on, and on my son. So yeah,
Okay, so are you
I can't
mainly
really. I'm
working
hearing
from home?
background noise.
I'm sorry. Are you working from home?
Yeah, I work from home.
Okay. And how old is your son?
He's 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
So, if your significant other wanted you to sign a prenup, how would you feel about that?
To sign a prenup.
Hmm.
Hmm. Huh. I would ask the question why, to him and see why he asked that. Because I feel like if we were getting married, there should be 100% trust both ways. So I don't I don't see the point of having a prenup.
Okay. I see the sun is shining on my face, so it looks like
it
my face is blending into the bridge. But
is, it is. But yeah, I
I
don't see the
do.
point of a prenup.
Okay.
I think putting a prenup in place, it's like you're setting yourself up, or you're setting the stage for a divorce. You have that just in case in the back of your mind, and it's like, mm, why? Why even if we're in this for the long run. So I don't see the point of a prenup.
Right. I understand. Now, if Mr. FE had friends, female friends that he was real close to,
Hmm.
how would you feel about that?
Friends that he was close to.
Like has been there for the long haul. Some men have close female friends that,
Yeah.
okay, it's like my sister.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with that. It depends on their relationship. If there's, it might be his best friend.
Okay.
If I just came in the picture, I can't be like, "Hey, you gotta go." Like that's his friend. They have a bond. As long as he's respectful, if I'm in his life, then I don't see a problem. If yeah, I don't see an issue.
So you're not a jealous person. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
And last question for me, can you describe your build?
My field.
Your build, your size, your shape,
Oh,
your
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
all
you.
that
My
stuff.
build.
Your build, yeah.
My build. I am 5'2", Coca-Cola bottle shape.
I know that's right.
Thick.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Light skin.
Okay. So
That's
what
all
was
for
the
me.
first thing that attracted you to your last partner?
The first thing that attracted me. Um, hmm. I think it was his humility. He was funny, made me laugh. And I thought he was trustworthy, but that wasn't the case. But that was definitely a plus in up front until I found out otherwise. But yeah.
Okay. So you said he made you laugh. Do you have a personality that is humorous or reserved or on the regular? Do you just like to chill and be, cool to get along with, easy, laid back?
Yeah, I'm very easy, laid back. Uh, I can get along with anybody. I love to laugh. I'm always joking around. Uh, I'm very sarcastic. I can be very sarcastic. Um, but I just like to enjoy life. So yeah.
All right, Mr. FE said he likes to travel. Is that something you like to do?
Yes. When he
Okay.
said Bora Bora, I was like, that's on my list too.
Mhm.
I love to travel. I want to I have man, there's so many places I want to go. There's so many places. Bora Bora is definitely one of them. I'm going to Puerto Vallarta in October.
Mm,
My goal was to go to visit 25 new places that I haven't been to this year. And of
nice.
course, COVID just, you know,
Oh, yeah.
canceled all my plans.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Oh,
I haven't really been anywhere new. Well, I haven't been to Vegas, so I did go to Vegas in February. So that was one place new that I haven't been to before, but then COVID happened. So yeah, but
okay.
yeah, I like to travel. I love to travel, and so I'm glad that things are lifting again, and I can actually get back on a plane because I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
So when you're traveling, I know last time I went to, the first time I went to Trinidad and Tobago, I went with friends who didn't prefer to stay in a hotel. They preferred to like stay in the community, and that's the way they like to travel. So when you're
Mhm.
traveling, do you like to stay in five-star hotels, or do you like to like rent a Airbnb and stay within the community and get to know the place you're staying in more?
It depends, I guess, on the travel size, but normally I stay in hotels,
Okay.
and normally they're 4 and 5 star. I don't, and if it's an Airbnb, then it has to be immaculate, spotless. Like, um, I think I only stayed in one Airbnb. Normally it's a hotel or a resort.
Okay. Do you like to be spoiled, pampered
Yes,
by your man?
yes, because I pamper myself a lot.
Okay. And what's your absolute deal breaker? What's something you just will not tolerate in a relationship?
Um, I won't tolerate lying. I hate lying. And I don't like when people lie at all. Once you, if I can't trust you, then that's a deal breaker.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all I have for you.
All
All
right.
right, and Lady RW, what would be your strongest ability when it comes to a relationship?
My strongest ability. I think just caring, giving. I'm a very giving, loving person. So I think I can pick up on my significant other, like what they're feeling, what they need, and just be there for them. Um, I'm very selfless, so I'm definitely, I want to be there for that person. If that makes sense.
It does. And what would be your weakest downfall? Like, what do you want to strengthen when it comes to a relationship?
What do I want to strengthen? I think my ability to want to, I think even want to get to know somebody because I've been in maybe 2 or 3 serious relationships, and sometimes it's like you just get tired. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm just not out here looking and trying to figure out if he's for me and not for me. So I think I would just have to kind of tear my wall down and allow myself to get to know someone, because sometimes that can be draining. Like you get to know someone, it doesn't work out, and then it's like, all right, now I gotta figure somebody else out. Yeah, so it's like, all right, let me actually, do this.
Yeah, put forth the effort, basically.
Yeah.
I get it. And it's good that you can point those things out, your strengths and abilities when it comes to relationships.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Of course. That is all the questions that I have for you. Now you each get to ask 2 questions per person total. Ladies are always first. So we'll start off with Lady RW. Do you have only two questions that you would like to ask Mr. FE?
Are you still active duty, Mr. FE? Because I heard you say you were in the Navy. Are you still in? Because I was in for 4 years.
No, I'm not active. That was just a stepping stone when I was really young. When I was, I think about like 21 when I went in there. It's just a stepping stone. I didn't plan on doing 20.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Same here. I went in when I was 18, and it was definitely a stepping stone. I got out when I was 22.
Nice.
And did you say you have a 16-year-old, right? That's what
I do have a 16-year-old daughter, my sweetheart.
Aww.
That's cool. That's cool. And do you? Oh, I'm asking too many questions.
No, go ahead.
You can rock out.
The question is kind of a twofold question. Are you in the Virginia area? And if you are, do you plan on staying in Virginia? Or do you see yourself staying in Virginia for the remainder of your life?
I'm not in the Virginia area. I'm in North Carolina, but I'm in Virginia a lot, often because I have family there. So my daughter actually stays in Virginia in the 7 cities area, and I have my grandmother who raised me is right in that area. So I kind of jump back and forth through there.
Gotcha. All right, that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you for answering them.
All right.
No problem.
Mr. FE, do you have 2 questions for Lady RW?
Yeah, I have one. I have 2. Do you have any children? If you do, how many?
Yeah, I have an 11-year-old boy.
Okay, and my things is I heard that you're an entrepreneur yourself. So it's kind of like a two-part question and whatnot, because I understand the grind of like really trying to get your business going. What do you see yourself I guess overall, I guess in your personal and your business life, short term and long term?
So you're asking personal, long term, short term, and business, short term, long term. If I guess your question right.
Yeah, kind of your life in a broad short term, long term.
Gotcha. So short term, my goal is, well, I guess income wise, is to make 300,000 by the end of this year, and long term is for me to, or business wise, long term, I see myself being a billionaire, and I want to open up not a resort, apartment complex for Navy veterans, women, or not just Navy veterans, but just veterans, period. Female veterans, because there's a lot of female veterans that are displaced, that are transitioning, and they don't really know which way to go. And I think if they have a place to stay, they can actually get their footing in, and kind of get some direction by just taking care of that aspect. Like, now I have somewhere to stay, I have an anchor, and I can move on from here, and then help them with financial services, getting their credit together, having different people around me who can help them, whether it's with a job, whether it's with real estate, anything like that. Because I obviously was in the Navy, but when I got out, I felt very lost, very unsure. Like, what do I do next? Where do I go from here? So my transition, I felt like I was transitioning for years because Navy life is just different from being a civilian. You know that. And so I definitely want to reach back and help another female veteran, as many as I can. So I want to have an apartment complex for them with that. And then it's so much stuff I want to do with real estate. A lot of stuff I want to do with real estate wise. But that's my business vision. Personally, self-development is key for me. So every day, spiritually and just mentally, making sure I'm where I need to be. Because I can grow. Like, everybody has room to grow every day. So self-development is key. I listen to Eric Thomas a lot. I read my Bible a lot, and I love to sing. And so I sing a lot. My son hates it because he'd be like, "Ma," every time he says something, I sing it, or but that's just my personality. So short term, self-development is key. Self-development is key for me. And long term, I do want to be married. I don't want any more kids. Yeah, that's my goals in a nutshell.
Nice. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Nice,
Mr.
great answers. Yes, ma'am.
Effie, did you want more children, or do you want more children?
No, I'm kind of like, if I'm married, and if my wife was kind of on it, then yeah. But I'm not really pressed. I already got like a 16-year-old, so I'm kind of cool.
Okay, and I'm gonna come back to this question. You said come back to it. So did you get the song for the soundtrack of your life?
Man, I don't really have a song, I don't think. Man, I was actually thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really know if I could like really put a song, because I was thinking like going through all my songs, like as far as like from my emotions throughout the day, like if I had rough days or something like that. I don't really have a song, because my life kind of is like unparalleled compared to where I'm at today mentally and physically. When coming up, I guess, with I came up through my grandmother, and actually through like one of my best friends I call brother's family that kind of really adopted me. So I came out of poverty, so from holes in the bottom of my shoes to my homie giving me clothes to different type of things. And as my life kind of transitioned, like from being a young dude in Philly, kind of living fast, to really having a daughter at a young age, to, where I'm at now, it's really not a song that really can capture all of that. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, my life in the beginning is probably like a rap song. You get what I'm saying? But now it's kind of mellowed out to, a neo soul type thing. You get what I mean?
I get it. Yeah, so I would say you just stated that eloquently. And that is the soundtrack to your life. That is how you describe yourself, and you just summed it up right there. You did it.
Mhm.
Thank
Well, I
you.
appreciate it. I thought you was probably looking for like a song title.
No, you did good, but it's kind of hard to come up with a song for all
Mhm.
six
I
of
have
them.
a song title,
What is
What's it?
yours?
What's that?
Conqueror.
Oh, I
Okay.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
love
guess
that
mine
song.
would be Victorious, kind of the same as Conqueror. But
Okay.
we had fun tonight.
It was
It
fun.
was fun.
Yeah, this was
And
good.
I will get back to you, Lady RW. And if you have any more questions for Mr. FE, you can shoot me an inbox
Okay.
in the questions. And Mr. FE, if you have any more questions for Lady RW, you can shoot me an inbox. So, Mr. FE, can you stay on? And Lady RW, it was fun. We have a poll for you as always. We
And I
want you
think
to
you
rate.
both already rated us. Thank you.
Yes, I did.
Okay, perfect. If you did, then you can disregard the poll. But it has been fun. I really liked this. I liked getting to know the both of you. Lady RW, you crack me up. Mr. FE, let me
You
just
do.
tell you, Lady RW is one funny woman. She will keep you laughing. And your personalities sound like they kind of match because Mr. FE, it sounds like you have a jovial personality, and so does Lady RW. But
Mhm.
until next time, keep that in mind. And then we will
Okay.
chat again, guys. Not Mr. FE, you stay on, and Lady RW, we will chat again, okay?
All right. Thank you so
Mr.
much.
You.
Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Yes.
And I'm
Bye.
sorry
Thank
about the
you.
food.
All right. Bye, Mr. Effie.
All right, take it easy, Miss RW.
Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
All right, Mr. Effie, we have your next guest coming on.
Okay.
And the thing about Lady RW is she spilled all of her food when she earlier, you weren't on the line, but she had spilled all of her dinner on the ground. I felt so bad for her.
Oh man.
I know, right?
Mhm.
The next one you have is Lady IA.
Hi,
All right.
Lady IA. Can you hear us? I think her microphone is still connecting. 1 second. Did you have a chance to eat dinner yet, Mr. FE?
I did.
What did you
Actually,
eat?
Um, I had made some lamb and some garlic parm wings.
Ah, I love lamb. You missed me with the. I mean, I stopped at the lamb. You said lamb and what else?
Garlic parm wings, and I made some broccoli, and I made some brown jasmine rice.
Oh wow. So you
You
like
made all of
cook.
that?
Yeah, I actually sent a picture. Like,
Oh,
I
Yeah.
be taking pictures of my dishes and whatnot. I'm kind
You
of thorough.
send me a picture of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of
If you
thorough.
don't mind.
I like that. You said you kind of thorough, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of thorough. I kind of got like a lot of things with me. You get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I do it all.
You do. You
Right.
actually are keep coming up with new things that you do. It's pretty surprising.
Yeah, you gotta you have to be able to what you call it, my grandma always told me like you gotta be able to, be cut from a different cloth, and
There
like
you go.
when you kind of doing whatever you doing, like every man can make money, every man can look a certain way, you get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
when you
Right.
have layers and layers, you become remembered. And that's not only within like relationships, but when you're doing a job, when you working, you get what I'm saying? You have
Mhm.
layers to yourself, you always stand out to people. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Wow, you have so much wisdom and so
yeah,
many.
I just sent that picture of the wings and stuff like that. I didn't make a plate though, but I had to do that, John.
Man, do you see the wings and the lamb, Khalifa?
Oh wow.
I
That
didn't just
picture
get this.
don't do it no justice through your phone though. It look kind of blurry, but when you see it, like the texture of it, the color, you could actually see the garlic
I
parmesan
see
on
the
it.
parm. Yeah, I do see the parmesan on it.
Let me tell you, it looks like a culinary delight.
Yeah, I want that meal
Have you
actually.
ever thought about opening up your own restaurant?
Well, I have I actually have like three other I have like no 4 other business plans that I have that I plan on like starting businesses after I do my social network, because obviously the stealing on social networks as Facebook, Snapchat and all those is like ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
opens up a door for me to be able to do anything. But I do actually have um what you call it, a business that's gonna come look out for it, called Chicken and Cornbread. And I make different variations of cornbread that kind of taste different than probably you ever tasted in your life, like from like sweet cinnamon cornbread to
Mm.
like sweet sweet cornbread to like sweet cornbread with corn actually in the cornbread to like
Mm-hmm.
white chocolate. Like it's different. I get kind of busy in the
Mm-hmm.
kitchen, so kind of like one of those things, man, where my grandma, once she gave me the green light, like, yo, I want you to cook for like Thanksgiving, I knew I was lit. Like I was like, all right, I'm there.
So you can cook a whole Thanksgiving meal if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm nice, man. I could do it all. I cook for myself anyway, because like when obviously this COVID thing, I'm glad I know how to cook. And then two, it's just like if you're gonna work out and stuff like that, if you're not putting the right things in your body and understand how to cook fresh stuff, like you're losing. You just be going to the gym for nothing. So
All right,
All
we
right.
have Lady IA on. Hello, Lady IA.
Hey.
Mr.
Hi, how are you?
FE, your date tonight was just telling us about all of he was giving us his culinary skills, and man, I'm hungry. So
Oh, okay. That's
welcome,
always good.
yes, welcome to tonight's date, Lady IA and Mr. FE. Thank you all for joining us. I guess we'll jump right into the questions, Carlita. We're gonna go ladies first always. So
Yes, well, Lady Effie, Lady F, I'm sorry, I'm calling you Lady, Mr. Effie. You were talking about your cornbread. So, Lady
IA.
IA. So, Lady IA, she wasn't on the line when she was talking. Oh, ladies, look at me. I'm all messed up. I'm asking you a question. So, Lady IA, Mr. Effie said he does like cooking. So he did bring up cornbread. He loves to make his own cornbread, which sounds so good. So if he came home and he told you, this is of course if you all were married or dating, however you want to look at it. So if he came home and said, I got some cornbread, what would you make to go with that cornbread? Or do you cook?
I'm not like a super cook. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But I'm vegetarian, so the only thing that's really coming to mind would be like um possibly some like soul food size, so like some macaroni and cheese or some dressing. I don't know. Like I don't know.
Okay.
Mm, that's a good question. I don't know.
So you do cook, but you more so cook a lot of vegetarian dishes. Is that what it is?
Yes, so I don't typically eat like too many heavy foods. But I do like soul food. So I mean, if he eats meat, I probably try to like fry some chicken for him, and then fry me some seitan, or just some fried cauliflower, and just try to make some sides to go with that. Mm.
Okay. What are you looking for in a man?
What am I looking for? Wow, that's always the question. Um,
Hmm.
some things that I'm looking for is really just a person who can connect with me on multiple levels. So we can connect and we can really understand each other emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, everything just really be connected on the same page. And also, I'm looking for a partner who is very ambitious and just really has like a zest for life, because I consider myself to be very ambitious, and I have a lot of goals that I'm striving toward. So I would want to be someone who's kind of like-minded. I'm also, like I said, I'm very health conscious. So someone who's also like, very active, very health conscious, or just, just really engaged and active with their well-being overall would be a good fit. But just really someone to connect with on multiple levels, that it doesn't have to feel like forced, or just like it's natural. It's a natural connection.
Okay, and my last question. You said you have a lot of goals. What are some of your goals?
Okay, so some of my current goals, short-term goals, I actually launched a candle business. So my short-term goal for the next 6 months is to be able to make enough revenue off the candle business to leave my full-time job. I currently work with children in early education. So one of my goals right now is to save at least 6 months worth of income, and then also to be sufficient in my revenue and sales from the candle business to leave that job and go full-time with the candle business.
Well, I'm sorry, you said candles. I do love candles. Do you make candles yourself?
Yes, they're handmade
Okay.
soy candles.
Okay, do you have a website for your candles or anything like that?
I do. It's loverenewed.com.
Love Renewed, like
Yeah,
renewed. Okay.
loverenewedcosmetics.com.
Love Renewed.
Cosmetics.com.
Okay. Thank you for that.
All right. Well, thank you.
So you're employed full time?
Yes.
Okay. So do you prefer your man to have a full time, or you want him to be like an entrepreneur?
I honestly, I really feel as though, I don't have a extreme preference over what he's doing, as long as he has, goals set in line and he's able to sustain himself. He's stable. He's not, like he's actually making progress and moving forward. So, I mean, I guess I would rather entrepreneur, just because I see myself as an entrepreneur. So I don't necessarily plan to, work for somebody my whole life. My biggest thing right now is just creating passive income and creating generational wealth. So I would like to be with someone who's kind of geared towards setting up for the future.
Okay. All right. All right. From what I understand, I think both of you all are pretty health conscious. So what's an activity you would want to do with your partner, be it cooking healthy meals or exercising your body or exercising your mind to put you in the mindset that you have to live a healthy lifestyle?
Okay, so some simple activities to do would just be even like working out, going to the gym. I would like to have someone who's interested in going to the gym with me, or just, trying new recipes, going to different like classes, it's a lot that can be done, in regards to like learning about your health. Even like mental health is key for me too as well. So someone who is conscious about that as well. So just wellness on all spectrums. But working out, cooking some recipes together, sharing some ideas, I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Do you like chicken and cornbread?
I used to like chicken and cornbread. I don't eat chicken anymore, so no.
Do you like to travel?
I'm sorry.
Do you like to travel?
Oh yeah, I like to travel for sure.
Okay. Where's the last place you traveled to?
Let's see. The last place that I've been to, I haven't been anywhere in a little while, but I believe it was Chicago. It was either Chicago or New Orleans. But I went with like a ladies girls trip.
Oh, sounds fun. So, are you looking for a relationship, or would you describe yourself as waiting for what God has in store for you, for his will for your life? Or do you believe in God? Or what's your religion first, I guess?
Okay. Well, I believe that there's a higher power, I'm not necessarily religious or set on like certain standards or church standards and things like that, but I do feel like, there's a higher power greater than me. I acknowledge that. But in regards to like looking or waiting, I don't necessarily feel like I'm looking, because you never quite find when you're looking and searching. So I'm kind of just waiting in a sense, but I'm open, to love. I'm open to relationships. I'm open to dating. I'm ready in a sense, but it's like you can't really force your hand until it's the right time. So it's just all about timing, lining up for me.
That's right. Do you have any children?
I do. I have a 9-year-old.
Oh, a boy or girl?
It's a girl.
Oh, beautiful. And my last question to you is, can you describe your build, how you look?
I look good. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I love it. I love it.
I am I'm 5'9", so I'm tall. And I'm just, pretty slim build, pretty decent, pretty shapely, but not like super crazy, but just tall, slender build.
You sound like you got it going on over there. You go, girl. All right, Lady IA, what misconception would you say, the number one misconception would you say that others have of you?
People tell me a lot that I intimidate them, or I'm just very intimidating. And that's like, I'm very humble, I'm very down to earth, I'm very like relaxed. So that's like the number one misconception when people meet me or people approach me and dating, they're like, oh, I was so intimidated, you make me nervous. And I honestly I don't know why, but that's the one thing I've heard a lot.
All right. Would you date someone shorter than you?
To an extent. Like, you have to just like have it going on where it's like, okay, I could, like, I don't know, like.
I get it. What would you say your favorite attribute of yourself is?
I have a nice smile. So that's my favorite.
All right. And what is your strength when it comes to relationships or dating?
My strength is I'm a problem solver. So I'm very analytical. So I will, strategize to figure out like, okay, what are some solutions? What can we do to, prevent XYZ, or, say we're planning a trip and it's like, okay, well, what do we need to go? How much do we need to save, and what are the dates? So I'm very good at like planning and strategy.
All right. What would you say one of your weaknesses is?
One of my weaknesses is I'm very stubborn. Like I'm very stubborn. So that's a definite weakness in relationships. I'm very strong-willed. So I want what I want. And when I kind of set my mind to it, it's kind of hard to get me off off the topic or off the page. So it's like I just have like tunnel vision where it's like, okay, no, this is what I want. And I kind of just go for it aggressively. And it's like, it's kind of hard to change my view once I've set my mind, but I am very adaptable. So
you can compromise.
Yeah, I can compromise for sure.
Perfect. All right. That is all the questions that I have for you, Lady IA. I guess we'll jump right into it and question you, Mr. FE. I'll go ahead and go first. Why did you join the military?
Excuse me?
Why did you join the military?
Oh, I joined the military because my grandmother had raised me and whatnot, and I had my child so young. I didn't feel that was fair for her to have to raise another generation. Even though I know she would have did it, so I decided to go in. So I can take care of my own responsibilities.
And you were pretty young when you had your child and went off to the Navy.
Well, yeah, I was young when I had my child, but I waited till my child was like, I think 3 going on 4. So she knew she knew who I was. You get what I'm saying? So it
Mhm.
was easy to, make that transition.
Okay. And let's switch gears. What body type do you prefer on a woman?
Uh, just not sloppy. You get what I'm saying? Like women are so beautiful in different ways, So you have like, curvy, you have petite, just can't be sloppy. You get what I mean? Like
Mhm.
sloppy is a negative. Like I take pride in my and myself, especially me being an entrepreneur, you never know when that elevator speech might take you to the next level with someone. You could just be talking. It's like, oh, I got something for you. So I take pride in myself, keep my hair cut, making sure that I'm well groomed and I dress well. You get what I'm saying? So, that's another reason going to the gym, 5 times a week is to make sure, I'm not saying that a woman has to go to the gym that much, but just make sure she's not, sloppy because, I don't really have like a preference like, yo, you gotta be built like this, but you just gotta be well put together, I guess.
Okay. How many entrepreneurial endeavors do you have?
I have two, but I'm transitioning full time into one because the ceiling is higher. And then I plan on pushing out 4 other businesses that I've written plans for.
Okay. How did you spend your last Valentine's Day?
Last Valentine's Day. Uh Last Valentine's Day that just passed. I think the day before it, I did something with my daughter because I think it was on the weekend, and her birthday is actually, I think Valentine's Day was that like Friday or Saturday. So I did something with my daughter and whatnot because her birthday is like right there by Valentine's Day. So I did something with my daughter and whatnot. Then I was also just coming down from like my father, like just burying my father this year. So I was,
Sorry.
I buried him like the end of January. It was like the 24th. It was the 24th because Kobe passed the 25th. I remember that. So yeah, so I didn't do too much. I was kind of to myself.
I'm sorry to hear
Sorry
that,
to hear
Mr.
that.
Effie, and our sincerest condolences.
Yeah.
Oh, that's life, man. You gotta be able to move on, be positive, take that energy and turn it to something positive. So it was cool.
That's true.
Okay. So, who's been a prominent figure in your life then?
Ah, prominent figure has to be my grandmother, yo. It has to be my grandmother. Knowing that she didn't have to raise me, you get what I'm saying? So, from seeing my grandmother work like crazy jobs in Philly just to keep me, you know what I'm saying, and try to give me the things that she could give me, like from construction jobs at like in her like 40s, you know what I'm saying, just to, keep a roof over the head and, transition into being an LPN. That was kind of remarkable, like to be able to pick up that type of, skill at a, later, time in your life. You get what I'm saying? So that was kind of dope, and seeing that, so I understand what a strong, hard working Black woman is, put it that way. So I kind of appreciate women a lot because I know a woman can do a whole bunch if they put their mind to it. So she's the one.
She sounds like an
That's
amazingly
beautiful.
beautiful
she
woman.
does.
She does.
Mhm.
Yeah, she
That
dope,
was
yo.
so beautiful.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's dope.
Okay.
I
Khalifa?
like how you respect your
Yeah.
grandmother. So that shows a lot about your character.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Could,
dope.
yeah, that's beautiful. Can you tell me something that bothers you?
What bothers
One
me?
thing or two things. Yeah, what bothers you?
Uh, The only thing that bothers me is a liar. You know what I'm saying? So most of the times, when somebody lies to you, obviously you don't know, but the one that really bothers me is when someone's lying and they could, start keep lying to you right to your face. That kind of bothers me. So I think that's about it. But I'm good. Like I told you, I'm good with, like, I'm a very optimistic person. So like once your energy is, unparalleled of mine as far as positivity, man, I kind of move and distance myself. I don't believe in disrespecting the people or no eye for an eye. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Okay, I understand. So, can you identify something that stands out about yourself that you really love about yourself? I know we love everything about ourselves, but what is just one thing that you can say that really stands out about yourself
Um, uh, my
that
ambition
puts
is
you
probably
aside?
my ambition is probably unparalleled. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, like from my grandma, seeing what my grandma could do for with nothing, by me being able to put things into perspective for my own life, man. Like I go out here and I get it. Put it that way.
All
So
right, all right.
Right. Could you tell me something that happened to you recently or in the past that really embarrassed you? Or if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to.
what embarrassed me? Oh man. I guess you gotta, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna definitely put out my embarrassment moment because if you don't post to always sound, these type of things, you'll sound too perfect. So I don't mind saying like when when I get embarrassed. But
Mm-hmm.
my most embarrassing moment, I'm a huge Eagles fan, so I love my city, my home team. So we won the Super Bowl, our first Super Bowl like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we go to this place, and usually I'm a type of person that we drink. I drink and I just I always hold it together. So um I guess we got a little bit more drinks than others. So
Okay.
we go downtown, and every time the crowd, like my homies move, I'm not moving. So they calling me like, yo, where you at? And I'm like, I'm still here. So they have to keep coming back and get me. I'm just enjoying the moment. But the most embarrassing moment, me and my brother was walking to his house, and like up north, you have a lot of steps to get up to your front door. And I remember falling up the steps. And then I remember falling
Mm-hmm.
so hard and trying to jump right up so quick. And then I look at my brother and I'm like, yo, did I fall? And he's like, basically like, damn right, you just fell. You almost cracked your jaw. So that was kind of like an embarrassing moment, like having that much to drink. And I fell up the steps, going up the steps. That was kind of crazy, but I'm glad that was just with me and my brother though.
That's the
Only saw
worst
that
thing to
So
fall up the
yeah, so
steps. I
you
know.
gotta admit your flaws. Can't sound too perfect.
Yeah.
True.
Right. Now, is there something that I wouldn't say that well, I already said embarrass you, but something that you're self-conscious about.
Um, no, I'm nothing that's about me that I'm self conscious about, man. One of my favorite songs I love working out to is J. Cole "Love Yours." You know what I'm saying? So embrace you. You know what I'm saying? If you have anything that you're self conscious about, you'll never be able to love yourself in a way that you could possibly love somebody else. So you gotta love everything about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Before you could love anybody. You get what I'm saying? Correctly anyway.
Yeah.
So no, I don't have no insecurity, but some things just doesn't match up for others. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
if I'm if I'm dark skinned and a woman likes light skin, then all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight with me.
Okay.
Hmm.
So,
I get it.
describe your complexion.
Oh man, it's like I'm like, I guess dark brown, but it's like a different type of brown. I don't know. It's kind of different. It's not like I don't know what to describe it. Like if you see it, it's like a different type of dark brown. I don't know. I guess because of
Okay.
like with the stuff that's in my family, but it's like a dark brownish.
So you're more like a Butterfinger or a Hershey.
Kind of like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I guess. I
Yeah,
guess.
Okay.
yeah.
Or caramel or toffee taffy. Everyone says
Yeah,
it
it's like I'm
differently.
kind of like your complexion, but I'm darker, but it's kind of different.
Okay. So you're kind of like my complexion.
The long hair.
Okay.
Yeah, like yours.
Okay.
Okay.
All
See,
right.
I
That,
don't know. Good thing you said that because I don't know what complexion I am because in the wintertime I'm lighter, in the dark. you go through those things. So
And then
I
I don't think you have light on at your place
that's true.
because you are actually lighter than I am.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Probably because yeah.
But anyway, we'll get back to
Okay, yeah.
the questions. Mr. FE,
Yes.
name one thing that you would say is your biggest accomplishment.
Biggest accomplishment. Mm. Obviously, being an entrepreneur is it. If you want to go into that type of thing, but really being a good father, man, because I ain't have one, so being able to learn that, you get what I'm saying, is remarkable. So I want to say I'm with those two. Being a good father is a great accomplishment, but I'm well accomplished as far as like career wise and stuff that I accomplished even in the military. So
How long were you in the military?
I was in there for 4 years.
Good, decent time.
Yeah,
And you're right, being a good father is a very big accomplishment.
definitely.
Now, tell me one misconception that others have of you.
One misconception. Well, I'm gonna say down here, because I'm from up north, so I'm gonna say the misconception for most people down south is it might come off as you're stuck up or you're cocky, but up north we don't speak to nobody. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
yes.
so like if you see me moving around, like I'll move around you. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to, like, I can see you, I move around you. So, but then, like I said, most people when they get to know me, or if we engage, it's like, oh wow, you have so much with you. You get what I'm saying? But I don't really allow too many people in my circle. You get what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it comes off as like, yo, is you kind of like snobbish or stuck up, but I just don't trust a lot of people, and being from the city I'm from, you kind of, you will understand, so
All right.
I think that would be it.
I can get that. Now, what did you do while you were in the Navy?
Oh, in the Navy, I did comms and I did administration, and I also picked up the qual of being a master helmsman. So
Okay.
basically, like how you could, them cruise ships and stuff like that, I can move like any type of ship and park it and parallel park it, all that. So
Oh, that is good. Wow.
yeah.
Mm.
Now, Lady IA resides in Michigan and you live in North Carolina. Are you able to date long distance?
Yeah, I am. I'm open to it if it's worth it. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
If it's worth like me putting money out there to do that, yeah, I don't mind.
When it comes to being in a relationship, what is the first thing that you would teach your daughter?
Uh, Understand your worth. You're as a woman, you're you're the prize. You get what I'm saying? And
I like
understanding
that.
her worth, understanding like, yo, what you're worth, understanding that you don't have to accept everything that a person is giving you, no
Mm.
matter how much you infatuated with a person. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying? So her understanding her worth, that's what I talk to her about all the time, because I think sometimes, with women that I've seen when I was younger, her age, you had this woman that's a 4.0, and she's a very beautiful woman, you know what I'm saying? And I know that's how my daughter is. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And her boyfriend plays basketball, but he can only get into a community college. So you want to stay back and kind of dumb yourself down. You get what I'm
No,
saying?
I get
So
it.
right.
understanding her worth, like, yo, if he want to be with you, but you gotta, her goal is to go to Harvard. Like, if he want to be with you, you better tell him to find a community college in Boston. Just different stuff like that. Like understanding her worth. You know what I mean? So that's my my biggest thing. You get what I'm saying? Understanding her worth and respecting her body. You know what I'm saying? I try not to, you know, I hope she don't, but I'm, you know, I don't want to raise no smut. You get what I mean? So
I get it.
I'm trying
I
to
understand.
respect herself. You know what I mean?
Right. So what is the number one lesson that you would teach if you had to a woman who you would like to date?
The lesson I would want to teach a woman that I want to date. Well, really, I hope I don't have to teach no lessons because you know we're older now, you know. So, you know, and one thing that I don't plan on doing because I don't want a woman to come in my life is I don't want to change anybody. But one thing that I do try to like put out there is, you know, communication and compromise. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff out here, you know, that sometimes you have to compromise on. You get what I'm saying? So that's probably like the two things I would want to bring to the table, but not really trying to change nobody to teach a lesson. You get what I'm saying? Like with my daughter, when I teach her lessons, it's like actually molding her. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
I get it.
I
That's
like it.
all of my questions. Now, Lady IA, do you have 2 questions for Mr. FE?
I do. So what are your religious beliefs?
well, with me, my religious beliefs is, you know, I'm a Christian. You get what I'm saying? Uh, uh, but you know, I don't really force religion on other people because I have a lot of people that's Muslim. You get what I'm saying? Uh, my peoples that had helped my grandma raise me, they're Rastafarians from Jamaica. So I understand different people's religion, but I'm actually Christian. That's what my grandma is. So I read my Bible and stuff like that, that type of thing.
Okay. So what do you think is your biggest flaw?
Oh, my biggest flaw. I would say setting the bar so high for myself. You get what I'm saying? And you know, kind of being like kind of pissed off at myself that I didn't accomplish whatever I set my bar to. But understanding too that I set my bars usually so high that I really accomplished a lot. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
All right. And Mr. FE, do you have 2 questions that you would like to ask Lady IA?
Yeah. So basically, I was listening to you. I was listening to you earlier. So me and you are like the same height, exactly. So like with you wearing your heels and stuff like that, are you insecure? Like talking to somebody that you probably going to sky over about 4 inches if you wear a 4-inch heels?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just more so just being with a confident man. Just because I know sometimes, you know, I'll date someone either like my height or just a little bit shorter. And it's kind of like you can kind of feel that awkwardness from them. So it doesn't bother me, but just it would just have to be, you know, being with someone who's confident within themselves.
Yeah, they gotta love themselves. Me, I'm just saying, I'm really like, I've dated taller women, and me, it's just like, yo, if you got a mean walk that out. You know what I'm saying? Never have to be insecure. Like, walk that joint out. So, I guess my questions for you is, as far as your life, you know, and what you have going on, what are your short term and your long term goals?
Okay, so like I was saying, some of my short-term goals is just to further my business endeavors. So with the candle business, I want to see a certain amount of revenue from that, and then also I'm into writing, and I want to publish a couple books. So I've been writing a poetry book, and I've also been writing a self-help book. So that's another one of my short-term goals is to publish a couple books and get those established just so that that could be another source of passive income. Other than that, I have some short-term fitness goals, just really toning up, and just being at, you know, my optimal health with that. And then also I want to completely go plant-based. So that's another one of my short-term goals, is just to be more strict in my eating regimen and being able to meal prep better throughout the week. So those are just some of the short-term goals.
Nice. And you also said I guess you said your candle business is Love Renewed Cosmetics.
Yes, loverenewedcosmetics.com.
Definitely. So all I have to do is www. I love candles. I love my place to smell good. So I definitely would like to support anyone that's doing their own things. So I definitely support your business and whatnot and your endeavors. I hope you do the same when the social network drop. Please make a profile.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Definitely would support.
All right. Yeah, that's all I have.
All
as
right,
far as
that was fun as
That was
always.
fun.
We appreciate you too. And
That was beautiful.
Mr. FE, we have one more for you, so I asked for you to stay on the line. And
All right.
Lady IA, you have already did the poll, right?
I seen the poll, but
Okay, so if you don't mind filling out that poll so we can get that for you. And then I will be talking to you. I appreciate you joining us tonight for this dating round. It was so much fun as always.
Yeah, and we're gonna support you too. LoveRenewedCosmetics.com. I changed your name to LoveRenewedCosmetics.com so we can go out and support you. So that's what we're gonna do.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna
I'm
go
not
on
sure
there too. I love candles. I'm
how to
sorry.
get back to the poll, because it's only showing me like Zoom audio. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's okay if you can't do it. What do you rate us on a scale of 1 to 10? You can just give it to us orally.
Okay. Okay, I'm giving you
Sorry,
guys a
0 to
10.
5. Okay, 10 is perfect too.
All right, till next time, I'll be chatting with you, Lady IA, okay?
All right, thank you.
AKA
Have a good-
All
LoveRenewedCosmetics.com.
right.
Have a
Bye.
good day. Bye.
Have a good evening. You too.
Oh, you all can say bye to one another before you go if you like.
Take it easy, Lady IA.
All right, thank you. Thanks for chatting with me.
No problem.
All right, bye.
Later.
All right, Mr. FE, we have one more, and this will be it for tonight. And this is actually Lady RE. All right, Lady RE. So we're gonna let her come on in. And Lady RE, are you there?
I am here.
Hello, Lady RE. I'm
Hi, how
Kalanda.
are you?
Hello.
I'm Qualita.
And I am Moya. And thank
Nice
you
to
for
meet
joining
you.
us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
How's your
Yes.
day been?
Today was pretty busy. Work was kind of hectic, but I'm glad it's over.
All right, this is not your first time having a meet with us, right? You had one, I think it was Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you already read all the rules. So I guess we'll go ahead and get into it. Mr. FE, do you want to say anything hi or anything like that to Lady RE?
How you doing, Lady RE?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm the same. Just going through the process.
He's being a trooper too.
All right, we'll get right into the questions. Qualita, do you want to kick it off with ladies first?
I sure will. Lady RE, thank you for joining us this evening. Where are you located?
I'm in Illinois.
Okay. All right. And today you said you were busy or you just got off work. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. So
Okay. And
work
what
was
are you?
busy. Just got home.
Okay. What type of work do you do?
I work in cardiology in the hospital, so I am like a tech nurse, you can call us. We room patients, do heart monitors, stress tests, EKGs, all that fun stuff.
Okay. So you have long hours.
Not really long. I mean, I don't do weekends. I'm a typical like 9 to 5, but sometimes the workload can carry over and we have to stay a little bit longer depending on how the day goes.
Okay. Thank you for that. Could you describe yourself? Tall, short? thin, beautiful, sexy, got it going on, all that good stuff.
Well, I'm short. I'm 5 feet tall. And I believe I got it going on.
Okay.
um, I'm as far as like personality goes, very bubbly, free spirited, not, you know, crazy or anything. Like as far as this free spirit goes, there's limits to my free spirit. But I like to have fun. I'm not like a stick in the mud, I guess you could say. Um, yeah.
So, does that describe your personality, or could you describe more of your personality? Are you a happy person? Can you take a joke? Are you real serious?
I am a happy person. I do like to joke, so I can take a joke. Um, I'm serious when I need to be serious, but overall, like I enjoy laughing and having fun and just enjoying every moment that I get to spend on this earth, pretty much.
And what has pushed you to become the person you are today? Or is there was somebody that pushed you, your grandmother or mother,
I
father?
would say life experiences, um, just, you know, the day to day, just being appreciative of life, you know, as far as like, you know, when I go to work every day, you never know, you know, like if a patient's going to make it or, you know, things like that. So I think having respect for life and having, you know, lived my life and, you know, experienced the things that I've experienced have pretty much, you know, shaped me to be who I am today.
Okay. Well, I can keep going on, but I won't allow that. So I'll pass it over to my
Okay,
sister.
so thank you for being an essential worker.
Thank
Why
you.
did you go into cardiology or choose that field?
I've actually always like been thrilled with the heart. Just because it's like one of the main things that's keeping us alive.
Mhm.
So, you know, just the um how much detail there is with the heart and how many jobs that it does and just being able to learn more about, you know, why our hearts do what they do and how they function and you know, when I got in it I didn't realize how much work it actually does do. And now that I'm in it and have been in it for a while, you know, it's just so much that you get to learn every day. So
Okay. So I know you have a stable career and it's essential and it's very needed. Do you also have an appreciation for entrepreneurs?
yes, I'm actually an entrepreneur as well, on the side. So I definitely have respect and appreciation for them as well.
Okay, what's your entrepreneur endeavor? You have like a website or anything, or what do you do?
Travel, actually. I'm a dream tripper. So basically, I'm in this lifestyle club, and we basically get to see the world and enjoy, you know, life at a wholesale versus a retail type of experience.
Okay, you have a business name?
We do. So actually, my website and things is Faithful Gina at Dream Trips.
Okay, can you give me that one
So
more time?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Can you give me that one more time?
Faithful Gina at dreamtrips.com. So
Face it.
that's go
You
ahead.
said, oh, yeah, I might have to check that out, like the travel.
You can
Yeah.
message me what it
Yeah,
is,
because
and
I
then
can't.
we'll put it on there. Face Hill,
Yeah.
I can't remember or
Okay.
understand what you're saying. But Mr. Fe actually likes to travel, so that's a win-win.
Nice.
Yeah. Where's the last place you it's a group, so I'm guessing you buy discounted trips at a wholesale price. Where's the last place you all went?
So we do group trips or we do individual trips, so we can do whatever we want to do basically. And the last place that I went was Cabo last year in August, actually around this time. And it was beautiful. We were at the Hard Rock, all inclusive, just amazing. So
Okay. And what's your religion?
I'm a Christian.
Okay. And I've asked our previous dater the same question because Mr. Effie is not necessarily looking for a relationship, but he's waiting for what God has in store for him. So would you describe yourself as actually pursuing and looking for a relationship and you know what you want? Or are you just waiting for what God has in store for you as well?
I would say I'm a little bit of both. If that's what the Lord has in store for me down the line, then I'm all for it. But I'm also, I guess you could say, like, open and available for a relationship.
So you would say it's a desire of your heart that you have a relationship?
Yes.
Okay. Are you health conscious? Mr. FE is health conscious. Are you?
I am. I have family members who recently got some not good diagnoses, so it made me more health conscious than I've already was. So I am, like, I'm not like a strictly like every day I'm eating broccoli and celery, but I am very aware of, the good foods, the bad foods, and keeping a balance.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I do. I have 4.
Okay.
2 boys and 2 girls.
Okay. And what's your idea of fun with a date on a Saturday? Just you and him, a date. What would you prefer to do? Is it something like just going to the park, or is it on a grander scale, going to on a trip, a nice restaurant, shopping? He takes you shopping, you take him shopping, whatever it may be. What's your ideal Saturday date?
For me, I'm a water girl. So if things were more open, definitely like a lakefront, the beach, just like even just walking the beach. I would say probably dinner, and then like a beach nightcap, I guess you could say, just, enjoying like the waves and the wind and the scenery.
Okay, this is my last question. What's something that you have desired for the longest time to do with a partner that you haven't been able to do with a partner thus far?
I would say probably travel the world and see different places, make memories.
That sounds lovely. Me too.
Yeah.
All right, Lady RE.
Yes.
I thought I heard some feedback. Can you finish this sentence for me? There would be a lot more happier relationships if people would blank.
Learn to communicate.
I like that. Have you ever been married?
Yes.
And how long were you married?
I was married 6.5 years.
Do you mind sharing what caused the divorce?
Yeah. I would say from the jump, we definitely, we were young when we got married, like early 20s, not really knowing what, it took to be a married couple. And then, because we had children, our parents, pushed us that we had to be married and things like that. And we pretty much were not evenly yoked. He had his eyes on other women for a good portion of the marriage, and ended up stepping outside of the marriage. He got another woman pregnant, and the rest was history from there.
I get it.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
Yeah,
sorry.
thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Thanks.
What would you best want to be known for or as?
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, what would you best want to be known for?
I would say my faith. When I actually was going through my divorce, I kind of like got more in tune with myself, I guess you could say. And I started this name called Faith Filled Gina, which has stuck with me for about 5.5 years, almost 6 years now. And just the fact that all the stuff that I went through, and even, before being married, but, just life in general, the things I've, overcome and the struggles I've overcome, just having that faith and knowing, that I can get through pretty much anything, and praying and, having a positive outlook on life in general, really helped me to get my faith up and a lot stronger than it was when I was going through.
Okay, I get it. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Or it could be nothing at all.
If I could change one thing, might sound a little superficial, but I would like to be a little taller.
Oh,
I'm only 5 feet, but I've embraced it. But if I could be like 5'3", I would be okay with that.
Aw.
but sometimes I wish I was shorter. So I don't know.
But she's 5'3", aren't you?
I am 5'3". We could switch heights.
Right.
Not that big of a difference. I'm not noticeable.
And this is my last question. What would you say would be the biggest lesson that you would teach your kids when it comes to relationships?
I would say to keep your relationship to yourself, not to, have too many people in your business. When you have issues or struggles or disagreements, keep it between you, that person, and God, because, yeah, you can forgive them, get over it or whatever, but the person that you told would still have, problems with that person or feel some type of way. And, you never really want that type of judgment, on, your mate or your spouse or whatever, because, one day you might end up marrying them and then your best friend is still holding this baggage
Right.
over them. So I would say, keep it in check within you and your partner, and, talk things out. Don't keep it bottled in. You gotta, communicate and talk it out.
Absolutely.
That is true. Communication, talk it out.
That's true. That happens a lot in relationships. You reach out and talk to other people about what's going on and what happens. You end up getting back together, and then they're still
Right,
holding on to that anger or whatever went you all
right.
experienced. So I understand what you're saying.
All right. That is it for our round of questions for you, Lady RE. You were a lot of fun, and I appreciate you answering all of our questions.
Wow.
Of course. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Mr. FE, we're going to jump into the questions with you.
Okay.
Qualita, do you want to start the round off?
Sure. Mr. Effie, are you a jealous person?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So, do you have a lot of female friends?
No, no, I have like a few, like maybe probably like three, but I don't have a bunch of women friends. I know a lot of people in general, but no, I don't. And when you say friends, I mean like truly friends, like never, never touched them in any type of way
Right.
that you know what I mean?
Right. Kind of like
'Cause,
women that they are attractive, but you wouldn't go there with them.
yeah, they like the homies, because people like to put friends like, oh, that's just my friend, and you had a whole crazy past. You left that part out. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, like three out of three, like homegirls, like never, went there with, but they're like really like the homies. But I don't really have that many friends. I keep a small circle.
Right. Okay. So if your lady friend, you've never met her before, if she was real thin or if she was real thick, that wouldn't be an issue, or do you just look at the heart in the person? Because I know before you said you're waiting on God to send you someone.
Yeah, I mean, you don't I don't really have like a preference if she's thin or she's thicker, you know what I'm saying? But with anything in life, it has to be attractive to you. You get what I'm saying? So,
Right.
I'm not saying that you have to have a crazy butt or you have to be, what I'm saying, crazy sized breasts, but it has to like I said, it can't be messy to the point where you like, oh, I'm not attracted to it. You get what I'm saying? You're not
Okay.
gonna really want to touch something you're not attracted to.
I agree. Are you into designer clothes?
Um, uh, so it's levels to designer. So like, what do you mean when you say designer? Like you talking about like Gucci and stuff like that?
Right. Yeah. See, some people are the Gucci type and the
Uh,
Prada, and then you got the Nike and the Adidas.
or so with me, like don't get me wrong, I'm very into like how I look as far as like dressing, when it comes to suits. Cause like I'm into business, and when I first joined business, I don't wear Gucci shoes and stuff like that. But my thing is I never really I never really purchased anything Gucci or or Prada or anything or Ferragamo or anything to that nature because um, my thing is I love to dress as well. So
Hmm.
I be kind of hating when I see like homies, even I got homies that wear like a Gucci belt and a Gucci shoes and be thinking they thorough. You get what I'm saying? I feel like
Right.
if you're gonna go Gucci or if you're in designer, like your whole priority should be intact. Like you should have a dope house, you should have a dope car, you should
Right.
never be talking about your finances. You should be well off if you're doing designer. But so I'm kind of in that Nike, what I'm saying,
Right.
Kohans for my shoes type stage, because out of like me personally, I'm looking to buy a house, but I just don't know where I want to be. You get what I'm saying? So
Okay.
until I do those type of things and submit my life and whatnot, I can't see myself putting my money out there like that.
Okay.
So it's
Now,
priorities with me.
right. I agree. So you said you're looking for a home. Now, would you prefer your house to be built or one that's already there? Because some people have said they prefer a house that's already been there because they know, the nails already gonna pop out. They've already done that. The house is settled in. So what's your take
Uh,
on?
all right, so in a perfect life for me, I really don't want to buy a house until I'm with somebody because I feel
Okay.
like I be watching them home shopping shows. So it'd
Mm-hmm.
be like like most of the time the man guys bite the bullet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you build the crib with somebody that you plan on being with, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? The family
Right.
don't feud. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
get it.
I really kind of like have stuff about a house that I really want. And one of my biggest things, I want a big man cave. So I kind of want to build my crib.
Most men, they want their own man cave.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, I want to build a house.
Now, do you like fish? You want a man cave with your fish in there, like a fish tank and all that good stuff.
Well, in my man cave, I need like I don't know. My man cave might be something where I hope it don't make my old lady jealous, but I need like a mini bar, stove, refrigerator, couple TVs, like a real man cave. Like I need something
Okay.
dope.
All right. Okay. That sounds good. That way, when your friends come over, they can all hang out downstairs.
Yeah, you don't want people running all through your crib. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Okay. Well, thank you for giving us the insight on what you want.
So, do you play video games?
Ah, I indulge in it here and there. I'm not like what you call a gamer. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I have like I grew up playing like Madden in basketball. You get what I'm saying? I'm huge in sports. So I'll play those, you know, like I'll check it up with my brothers sometimes here and there, or with my baby cousins and stuff like that. But I'm not what you consider the gamer where it's like every day I'm on a game, or every other day or every week, you know. So just a
Okay.
here and there thing.
Do you play card games or anything like that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, spades. Gotta play spades. I play Trump.
Okay. Are you like a spades king or you kind of a okay.
I'm nice. I'm nice, but I'm not over the top like how some people do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll play, you know, like I'm good enough to play with great spade players, but I don't mind playing with, like, if I have a shorty and she trying to learn, I ain't the, oh my gosh, you played the wrong, you know, it's just a card game. Like it ain't that serious.
Okay. You familiar with dominoes?
Oh yeah, dominoes, nice on that too.
Okay. Have you ever like slammed the dominoes on the table and said like domino or something like that?
Oh yeah, I mean it depends. Like I give the energy that's given back, but like most of the time that's with the fellas. Like if I'm playing with some fellas and they want to get that energy, like I shoot it back a little bit.
Okay. So if you were given season tickets to the Eagles
Oh
season,
God.
one season, would you be present every Sunday or Thursday or Monday, whenever the game?
To be honest with you, that's kind of like one of my goals with my business is to actually get sky tickets. My business partner actually is working towards where I can have, that's my day off. It's only 17 weeks. So he knows I'm a huge Eagles fan. So I probably would attend, but I'll actually take my old lady if she was into sports. You feel me? I wouldn't leave her at the crib.
Okay. So what do you believe you have to offer to a young lady, a woman?
Man, insight and peace and knowledge, man. Those are like my perspective on life. You know, if you've been through things, you know, and I'm talking about, you know, not just relationship wise, like if you've been through things like this, been in the streets, you know, like my my outlook on life is totally different. You get what I'm saying? Because I've been through a whole lot, you know what I mean? So insight, knowledge, and that's about it. Probably insight and knowledge, man, and peace, you know, because I told y'all before, I'm a very optimistic person. So I don't really like all that yelling and all that. I'm kind of more the laid back type.
Okay. So do you want for your woman to be your piece? Or have you ever had that in any of your relationships? Would you say that's something that can actually occur?
I want my woman to be the icing to my cake. You get what I'm saying? Just the added, that's it. You know, that makes the cake even better. Like I said before, like you have to love yourself. You have to provide your own peace. You get what I'm saying? If something, you know, it's kind of like drugs. You know what I'm saying? If you got to always take a drug to go to sleep, if that drug is not available to you, you know what I'm saying? It can cause self-destruction. So you should never have to have something that that's that you're hooked on. You get what I'm saying? So I'm never like looking for anything else from anyone. You get what I'm saying? I need to be able to provide that for myself, but I definitely want my woman to be like the icing to my cake. Like, yo, anything that I got going on, she's there to help me make it better. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
I
that's
totally
it.
get that.
I
You
like
shouldn't be
that.
so reliant and dependent on someone that it just causes you to lose yourself. On the
Right.
other hand, though,
And
what
that's how people be up there. That's how you begin those fatal attractions because
exactly?
you know you depending on that person, and then when it's gone, you out here doing crazy.
Hmm. So how do you balance that with keeping your commitment to someone?
Balance what?
How do
If
you
you don't mind
balance
me.
separating, well, keeping yourself sane, knowing that you don't have to be so reliant on someone that you lose yourself, with actually being able to keep your commitment? How do you not cross the line or blur the boundaries?
Oh well, because your peace comes with with the mindset. You get what I'm saying? So It's not really something that you have to balance, because that's if your mindset, like my mindset in the morning is waking up, looking in the mirror and telling myself that I'm great, I'm going to be great, I'm gonna have a great day. So I already done started that at 3:15 when I woke up. You know what I'm saying? So anything else that any person that I've encounter with throughout the day already should feel that energy. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really have to balance, the two. You get what I'm saying? That's a mindset.
Okay. All right.
I
Thank
like
you.
it.
Mr. FE, how spontaneous are you when it comes to relationships?
Very spontaneous. I think that's the best thing about a relationship, man. I think I think I think I think relationships get boring when you plan everything. I think that's like the most boring type relationship, when somebody comes to you with the whole agenda. You get what I'm saying? Unless it requires you having to buy, like buying tickets to something, like, all right, we had to be here because there's only tickets sold. But that's boring. Like when you wake up and somebody tell you like, yo, Wednesday we gonna do this, Thursday we gonna do that. Wednesday come, you might not be in that mood, you know what I'm saying? But you still want to do something, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very spontaneous. I think like you need to be spontaneous, like when it comes to dating, like going on dates. You need to be spontaneous when you in your physical, your sexual life. Like you shouldn't be, you know, I know she's gonna lay on her side this way and she's gonna rub my leg with her foot, and that means it's a go. You know what I mean? Like that's boring, man. That's
All right.
boring.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how romantic are you?
Man,
It's a great
I
question.
could say about a 9, but I can also be a 1. It's just like it's all about. I feel like if you deserve it, you get what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Okay.
gonna put effort into something to somebody that doesn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right.
if you put me in that good mind space, like yo, I'm really rocking out with you. Yeah, I can come up with some crazy stuff.
All right.
Okay.
So it's Lady RE's birthday, and she really deserves it, and y'all are really rocking out. So name something romantic that you're gonna do for her on her birthday.
Lady RE's rocking out, romantic. Uh, uh, Romantic could be something on along the lines of, it could be something, if we got years in the sun, it could be something where I could, if I'm kind of like knowing all her situations, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, you call a person, you might can call up to the job, tell her job, like, yo, she needs these days off. You get what I'm saying? She's thinking she's going to work. You're at work. You tell her to get in the car, you slide, y'all to the airport. You know what I'm saying? She has no bag. She's probably in her work uniform. And everything that, you could plan a trip. Get to the trip, everything is kind of laid out. The room is laid out, flowers, all different types of stuff. You can go, it's a wide range of things you could do that's romantic. You get what I'm saying? You could have a whole pamper day that leads into, a whole pamper day that could lead into, uh, simple things. Cause I think a lot of times too, men try to do the same thing. So it could be something simple where, you could have a place that you rented, a candlelit dinner, but you get a chef that know about. You know what I'm saying? And it's a more intimate setting. You get what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of stuff you can do, man. I don't know. It just depends on what type of vibe I get from the person. You know what I'm saying?
All
Yeah,
right,
like it.
Lady
I
F,
like
Mr.
Lady
FE,
RE.
he's setting it up for Lady RE.
Yeah, you can definitely get it. You definitely you gotta make, cause when you set stuff up like romantic, man, you kind of like helping yourself out at the end. At the end, you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
You
you.
setting
I get
yourself up
you.
for the finish line. That's
All
all.
right.
That's right, because
We
she
see where
is the
you
prize,
going.
correct?
Yeah.
All right.
All
That's
right.
right. Now, Lady RE says she has 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls, which sounds like a lot of fun. Um, are you into like fishing? Would you grab the boys one day and just go fishing with just the 3 of you and the boys?
Um. Now with the boys, I'm not more like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to fish. I'm not from the country, so I'm a city dude. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that I'll grab them and let's go fishing. But I'll definitely grab them. We could shoot ball. We could play football. We could go out. You know what I'm saying? We could do some manly stuff. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
I'm not into the most that I'm into, like the nature type stuff. Like, I hike and whatnot. I hike. I don't mind, beaches and stuff like that, the water, but I don't do fishing because it's not water. There's no water really in Philly. So
Now, do you have a limit to how many kids a woman has to have in order for you to date her?
no, I don't. I don't because I actually have a brother up in Philly, and I remember he used to always talk about, me and him used to talk, and this was before we had children, and we always used to talk about like, yo, this person has to have only one kid or no kids. You get what I'm saying? And he wound up having a child and actually about to marry her, I think, and he's going to propose, and I think she had 4 children going in. So, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't really put a stamp on who's going to make you happy.
It's true.
Right.
That is true.
I agree.
What is the proudest moment of yourself that you have ever achieved?
Proudest moment. Proudest moment. Shoot, that might have came today a little bit. I'm gonna say, like, I think graduate, yeah, because like I told you, I really love my grandmother. So my grandmother had called me today, and she just kind of ran down everything that I accomplished and was like, yo, I did a wonderful job, and I'm so proud of you. So that was it. Like, I don't really look at my personal accomplishments as something that I really hang over people's head. I really like that acknowledgement for somebody that was there from the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When they appreciate it, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
but I guess boot camp was a good accomplishment, but I seen a lot of people, drop out of that. But school was a good accomplishment. I mean, I have a lot, but I think like just seeing that my grandmother is proud of me, that's the most important.
Right. That's a huge accomplishment. I understand.
Mm-hmm. Now, what can you teach her children as a leader?
Accountability.
Okay.
Accountability is something I teach my daughter. You know what I mean? So like me, I'm the type of person with my daughter, I don't even have to yell at my daughter. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even beat my daughter. Now, her situation with her mom is different. I don't know, I guess they say with daddy girls type things, but accountability, like you can't tell me that you can't do something I ask of you. If you got, like, if I sit here and I know that you on Instagram or you on Facebook, but you told me you couldn't wash dishes, so you're not accountable. You know what I'm saying? So accountability is key. Your grades, you have nothing to do. You don't go to work. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do the day-to-day stuff that adults have to do. You just have to live, eat, and spend my money. So I expect you to have good grades. I expect you, when I ask you to do something, I expect it to be done. So accountability, you get what I'm saying, is a key word that that I would probably bring to the table, man. And I'm not like me, I'm not going to yell at your kid. Like, I'm just going to take the one thing that your kid loves to death, I just take it from them.
Yeah, that always hurts the child. Yeah.
That kills the worst, man.
Yeah.
That kills the worst.
It does.
It
All
sounds
that
How you
screaming.
get them.
Yeah, all that screaming and beating them and being all out of breath and all. Like, oh, okay, you like PlayStation? Well, I'll leave everything in here but the cords. I'll let you look at your PlayStation. Like, different stuff like that.
Yeah, that'll get them.
All right.
It sounded like you were taking a bite of that good food that you cooked tonight.
Oh yeah, that food is crazy, man. Like, I got a good lunch for tomorrow too, right after the gym.
Oh man. Lady RE, I'm going to show you a picture of his food, but of course the picture doesn't do it any justice. But he made lamb chops. He made lamb chops, Parmesan chicken. Oh yeah, you're on the phone. You can't see it, right?
No.
I'll have to send. This food looks so good. This lamb looks so tender. And it sounded like that's what he was eating. But that is all the questions that I have for you, Mr. F.E.
I
And
appreciate it.
Lady R.E., do you have 2 questions that you would like to ask Mr. F.E.?
Sure. So you have a daughter, I heard. Do you and her mom have a good like co-parenting relationship?
Yeah, me and her mom actually have a good relationship because as I told you earlier, like I'm really like laid back. So all that arguing stuff, you know, her mom knows me, you know what I'm saying? I don't do all that arguing and stuff like that. And it's no drama. And plus, like I said, my daughter is she's 16 and me and her mom is probably like 13 years, you know, removed. So that's like kind of like old news. You get what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we already got past all that being young because we had our kid young, like 19 to 18. So we passed all that young bickering stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's a great question.
Do you want more children in the future?
Only if I'm married and my wife was to choose. So you know what I'm saying? If we talked about it and it seemed like a thing to do, but that's the only stipulation. I have to be married. Like I don't really want, another kid and then it doesn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it has to be through marriage. And not saying that marriage will work out, but that's my stipulation. Like I have to marry the next person because like I'm a great father though, but that not in-house type thing, I don't want to do that no more.
Yeah. Understood.
Okay, Mr. F.E., do you have any questions for Lady R.E.?
Yeah. With you having four children and I guess you're a single mom, how is your availability?
I actually have very good availability. My oldest is 13. He watches his younger siblings. But my family is really like pushing for me to start dating again because it's been almost 6 years since I've dated. So, because I've been more focused on being a mom. So I have a lot of relatives who are willing to watch them if I need them to, or take them, so that way I am able to, get out and date and, see what's out there.
Okay, and my other question, I hope this is not too personal, but if you do have more than one child's father, how is the relationship with your child's father or fathers? Meaning, like, do you have one guy that's more drama than the other or something like that?
Well, they're all by the same guy. And he actually is not real active in their life. So I don't have any drama when it comes to, them. So that, yeah, I don't have like baby daddy drama. It's pretty much all me.
Oh, okay, that's a good thing because I don't like drama. I like things more laid back and smooth.
And I'm assuming,
Same.
Lady R.E., that the 4 children are by your ex-husband, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. I don't like drama either. So
No.
this was fun as always.
Thank you all for joining us tonight.
Yes,
It's been
thank you.
great,
Thank you
amazing.
for having me.
Thank you.
It's been great getting to know the 2 of you. And here is that picture. Our other host, co-host, Juanita wanted to see a picture of food. I'm sorry you can't see it, Lady R.E. I can send it to you if you'd like to. Are you big on chicken and lamb and all of that stuff? Are you vegan?
I am chicken, fish, yeah.
Okay, here's that picture.
Oh, yum.
Yeah,
I can see it's a lot.
yeah, it looks really good. Oh my goodness, I wish I could have some. Well, that's it for tonight. If you guys have any other questions that you want to ask about each other, you can send it to me in my inbox and I'll forward those questions to each of you guys. But other than that, until next time, I'll get into contact with the both of you. And it has been fun. It's been a delight.
You all can say your last pleasantries or exchange your last pleasantries to one another if you like.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you for
Well,
spending
it
your
was.
time with us too, both of you all. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate all three of you, and it was great talking to you, Miss RE. And I hope you enjoy your rest of the evening. And if you're commuting home from work, drive safe.
That was so
Thank
sweet.
you. And same for you. It was a pleasure getting to know you and hearing your answers to the questions. And yeah, you have a great, blessed week as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. If you all did not do the poll,
Well, Lady RE can't do the poll and Mr. FB already did the poll. So we're fine tonight. I think Lady RE, have you rated BASUP on our performance before?
Yes, I did on the first one.
Okay, that's fine. We're good.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
thank you
Thank you.
again, Mr. FE and Lady RE, and I hope you all have a great evening. You all are just such beautiful people.
yes.
Thank you for
Yes,
everything.
Thank you.
for
To the
everything.
essential worker and to the veteran. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. And y'all have a blessed evening.
You too.
You as
Thank
well.
you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Take it
Bye.
easy.
All right.
Later.
Later. So thank you all for joining us tonight. This was the fifth day of the dating connection. So it's been a pleasure as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye.